Brie Cheese, its reputation for decadence and creamy luxury, is well known on cheese boards across the world. But behind the soft, buttery texture and distinctive white rind, Brie harbors a nutritional profile that raises important questions about its place in a healthy diet. As appetizing as a wedge of Brie might appear, the risks that lurk within each slice are often overlooked, and the consequences of regular indulgence can be far-reaching. Let's start by examining what truly makes Brie cheese so problematic. At its core, Brie is a soft cow's milk cheese, revered for its rich flavor and melt-in-your-mouth consistency. Yet, with this creamy delight comes a significant drawback: its staggering fat content. While common nutrition tables report approximately 27.7 grams of fat per 100 grams, some servings can be even higher, depending on the brand and preparation. That means a single generous slice could easily approach or exceed 40 grams of fat. This is an extraordinary amount for just a small piece of cheese. But it's not just the sheer quantity of fat that's concerning. It's the kind of fat. The majority of the fats in Brie are saturated fats, and in some cases, small yet significantly unhealthy amounts of trans fats may also be present, particularly when the cheese undergoes certain processing methods. Fats are known to elevate LDL cholesterol, often dubbed the bad cholesterol, which can clog arteries and dramatically increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. Trans fat specifically, even in such small quantities as 500 milligrams, can be even more dangerous, as they not only raise bad cholesterol, but also lower HDL, or good cholesterol, compounding heart health risks. Consuming foods rich in fats, notably saturated and trans fats, like Brie cheese, is closely linked to a host of serious health problems. Obesity is one of the most immediate concerns. With so much fat packed into a small serving, Brie can quickly tip the balance of daily caloric intake, leading to unwanted weight gain and the accumulation of visceral fat around the abdomen. This kind of fat is especially insidious because it surrounds vital organs and increases inflammation, setting the stage for metabolic disorders. Due to the liver being damaged, fat can often be translated into sugar molecules, raising the risk of diabetes, sleeping disorders, and obesity. The dangers don't stop at weight gain. High intake of fats is a known contributor to fatty liver disease, a condition where fat builds up in the liver and can lead to inflammation, scarring, and eventually liver failure if left unchecked. Diabetes is another risk, as excessive consumption of fat can impair insulin sensitivity, making it harder for the body to regulate blood sugar. Over time, this can lead to type 2 diabetes, a disease with life-altering consequences. There's also a growing body of evidence suggesting a connection between diets high in saturated and trans fats and certain types of cancer. While research is ongoing, it's clear that chronic inflammation and hormonal imbalances triggered by excessive unhealthy fat intake can increase the risk of developing cancers of the breast, colon, and other organs. Recent studies show that fat can change your healthy cells into cancer cells, meaning that the ongoing myth of fats causing cancer are now true facts. Cardiovascular disease is perhaps the most well-documented danger lurking in fatty foods like Brie. The combination of high fat, particularly saturated and trans fats, and significant sodium content, about 321 milligrams per 100 grams, creates a perfect storm for high blood pressure, arterial plaque buildup, and ultimately heart attacks, and strokes. Even a single slice per week, if part of a diet already rich in unhealthy fats, can push an individual closer to these serious health outcomes. Some might argue that Brie is, at least, lower in lactose than many other dairy products, making it more tolerable for those with lactose intolerance. However, this low lactose content is hardly a saving grace. The lack of healthy sugars means that Brie provides little in the way of quick, usable, and even necessary and healthy energy, or the prebiotic benefits that some other dairy foods can offer. In Brie, processed fats dominate the nutritional landscape, leaving little to no room for redeeming qualities. If Brie cheese is the worst offender among fatty cheeses, what are the healthier alternatives? Nutritionists consistently point to cheeses like mozzarella and goat cheese as far better choices. Mozzarella, particularly when made from parts skim milk, contains significantly less fat and sodium, and is rich in beneficial probiotics that can support gut health and bolster immune function. Goat cheese is another standout. It not only has lower cholesterol, but is also higher in medium-chain fatty acids, which the body metabolizes differently and is less likely to store as fat. Both these cheeses tend to have a higher and healthier amount of lactose, offering some natural sugars and nutrients without overwhelming the body with unhealthy fats. These sugars are necessary for your own cells, bones, muscles, and organs. It's important to remember, however, that not all cheese is inherently bad. Lean cheese, in moderation, can be a valuable part of a balanced diet, providing essential nutrients such as calcium, protein, and vitamins, like B12. But the key word is moderation. Even healthier cheeses should be consumed in reasonable amounts, as they are still calorie-dense and can contribute to weight gain if eaten excessively. Brie stands as a cautionary tale, a food that seduces with its taste and texture, but conceals dangers that can quietly and yet massively undermine health. The modern diet already provides more than enough saturated and trans fats, often hidden in processed snacks, baked goods, processed or fatty meats, and fast foods. Adding Brie to the mix, particularly in generous portions, only increases the risk of developing chronic diseases that can diminish quality of life and shorten lifespan. The lesson is clear. The next time you find yourself reaching for a slice of Brie, consider the consequences. That creamy, indulgent mouthful is more than just a treat. It's a high-fat, high-sodium gamble with your health. Opt instead for leaner, less processed cheeses like mozzarella or goat cheese, and enjoy them in moderation as part of a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, honey, and lean proteins. Indulgence has its place, but so does wisdom. And when it comes to Brie cheese, the healthiest choice is often to pass it by.